Love 15. All.
Yeah, there is Alessandro Petroni, Matteo Arnaldi's coach. Job they've done together. Climbed nearly 100 spots in the ATP rankings last year, did Arnaldi.
30-15. All.
So the one thing we might see is a lot of long rallies because both these guys are incredible movers and they have got no problem moving for 4 hours plus. And given that the conditions are just beautiful, it's not too hot, there shouldn't be any adverse effects of the weather.
14-13.
Bodies aren't going to overheat. He's got that wiry strength, has Arnaldi. Good pace on that first serve. Broad in the shoulders. Wonder where that comes from, Adam.
Yes, you were telling me all about his younger days.
Game another.
Yeah, thanks to our good friend Andrew Eichenholz from the ATP. We had a chat with him just a couple of days ago. They like to grab some snap interviews with the players, and it was a quick audio file that he sent us for about 12 minutes, and he was talking about the fact that his dad was a swimmer, and his dad had him in the pool from about 3 months old, like a good swimming dad would.
Yep.
And he did a lot of swimming and played a fair bit of tennis for about the first 12 years of his existence. He wasn't a kid who played tennis every day. It was kind of one day swimming, one day tennis. Until he got to about 12 and he found that swimming was a little bit boring. You know, on a tennis court, you could play on a hard court, you could play on a clay court. Dub's partner in tow.
Jordan Thompson to serve.
Finalists at Wimbledon this year were Jordan and Max. What a match that was.
Were you a little surprised they pulled out the Olympics together? Felt as though they had a decent chance of medaling there.
I think he's just got a singles career. Like, you know, he's playing the best tennis of his life.
Yeah.
To go back and play on the clay where he probably doesn't feel he has a decent chance of a medal in singles. To go there just for dubs. I totally understand Tomo's decision. Well, and Max's for that matter.
Certainly paid off for Jordan, didn't it? Made the final of Atlanta. Final that lasted pretty much an entire day because of the rain. Just an early glimpse into the power and the pace that Arnaldi can generate off that forehand wing in particular. It is a proper weapon. And again, just a massive injection of pace.
15-13.
I remember seeing Arnaldi for the very first time in Milan. He made the next gen finals in 2022. Hadn't done a huge amount on the ATP tour that year, but he'd won so many challenger matches. And although he lost all 3 of his matches that he played, in fairness, he had to play Nakashima, he had to play Lehechka that week, were just blown away by the firepower that he possessed.
30 all.
You kind of knew it wasn't going to be too long before he started translating that challenger form onto the main tour.
You know, so many players that have come through the challenger levels, I would say in the last 5 to 7 years have spoken about the depth in it. And how well it's positioned and teed them up for the tour level.
40-13.
If you can win a lot of matches in the challengers, you're a proper player. Of course, that's one of Italian tennis's greatest strengths, is the number of challenger level events they have. Well, it's the disguise. I mean, to hit a slice like that, of an oncoming slice, wowza. I mean, it's bordering on Federer-esque, that. Wonderful soft skills. Feeling it nicely.
An advantage, Arnaldi. Deuce.
No, it's a good and a bad thing. That's part of Arnaldi's game. He likes to go for a lot. And I'm a big believer that when you have that mindset, you're going to win more than you lose. But I think that's going to be the balancing act for him going forward. You know, controlled aggression. Felt like a bit more reckless aggression. Fine line between the two.
Advantage, Thompson.
Got an accurate serve as Jordan. Gets good movement through the air.
Excellent drop shot earlier on in the game. That one nowhere near as good, and Jordan Thompson made light work of that. But nice, just early statement laid down from Arnaldi here. That's how hard you're going to have to work to hold serve today.
Yeah, of course, Tomo comes from a tennis family. His dad, Steve, is a very well-respected coach back in Australia. A good tennis pedigree, in stark contrast to Matteo, who he said, you know, his dad was a swimmer. His grandfather actually was the one who introduced him to tennis at the local club where he's still a member. Gianfranco, but he calls him Gianni. Great Italian name, isn't it? Gianfranco.
Yeah, that's a proper Italian name.
And I know when I say Gianfranco, there's only one person that comes to mind, right?
Zola.
Yes. We both love our football, do Adam and myself.
Jordan loves his football, doesn't he? But a different kind. Aussie rules. You ever get into that?
No.
15 all.
No. But Springboks versus All Blacks with that.
Oh, what happened?
Was that a trick question? Hewitt, Davis Cup captain.
He's been a busy man, hasn't he? He's been out every single Aussie that's been on court. He's been there.
What a nice problem to have.
Yeah,
right?
tell me about it.
Alexi
15-13.
lit up the airwaves this morning in Australia with that win over Novak. I mean, one-strike tennis was off the charts. So he's still going. Tomo's still going. Alex de Minaur's in the mix. And Chris O'Connell, unfortunately, losing to Yannick Sinner, but
30
no
all.
disgrace at all. Good tournament for Chris, coming through 2 rounds. Got to start them young. Just get the visualization of the power on that forehand, young boy.
It's a beautiful combination from Arnaldi.
40-13.
Where he hits that ball from, there's no backing up. A quick turn, quick execution. I think more players should practice that, especially when you're young.
He returned so well, Jordan Thompson, in his last round against Hubert Hurkacz. 10 break points he had a look at on the big pole serve, converted on 5 of those 10.
Game Arnaldi.
So Arnaldi comes through.
Arnaldi leads
And
2
stay
games
on
to 1
serve.
in first set.
Early stage of this one, 2-1.
First serve. Legs for serve. Love 15.
A 2001 champion here.
Yep.
Was Leighton. What a performance it was that day. Basically didn't miss a return for 3 sets.
Yep.
I just see Arnaldi
15
picking
all.
on that forehand wing of Jordan Thompson. Can just get a little tight and a little short at times. He knows how important the depth is going to be on that ground stroke today. Anything short, Arnaldi is just going to mop it up, you would think.
Yeah, the guy that Leighton beat in the final wasn't bad either. He could serve.
Yeah, he was
13,
okay, yeah.
15.
Just double checking the score line there. He beat Sampras 7-6, 1-1. Broke Pete 6 times in that final. And you've got to remember these courts at the US Open were back then historically always some of the fastest hard courts that we played on outdoors. Of course, the following year was, I mean, you talk about an ending. Couldn't have wished for a better career ending if you Sampras. Ended his career here with a win. 12 months later after losing to Leighton.
It's got to be one of the best retirements in all of sport, doesn't it? What Pete did here.
Yep.
Doesn't get much better.
(40-13). Deuce.
It's a little bunt backhand down the line. He takes it early. Doesn't hit it hard, but he affects the opponent just by taking time away from them.
Yeah, a little chilly today. I actually just had to borrow one of our colleagues' jumpers. It's freezing in these comps boxes here.
Advantage Thompson.
You wear it well.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jan-Michael Gamble may never see this again.
I tell you what, I didn't see you wearing it. Jersey. Jersey.
Oh, I mean, that's just 3 crazy good forehands in a row from Arnaldi. First of all, the return, which Jordan Thompson did a pretty good job just to somehow scramble back, but just always facing an uphill battle.
Yeah, his average speed on the forehand is 78 miles an hour. Right around the mid-range for spin at 2,660 RPMs.
Now advantage Thompson.
That's for the tournament. For the year, Arnaldi's actually averaging even faster than that, 83. It's one of the biggest forehands on tour. Thompson, though, very much in the lower range. He's around 70 miles an hour. Big difference. Thompson with a bit more spin on his forehand.
Game, Thompson.
So two tough opening service games for Jordan Thompson. Had to save the break point
Two
in
games
his first
all
one.
sets.
And again, taken to juice there, but he's done a good job to come through both of them.
Yeah, I'd be careful about drop-shotting Jordan Thompson. What's being discussed here?
All I do know is they all need a top-up.
Yes. They're keeping a couple of the sponsors happy on the left and then the combination drink on the right. It's the quad squad.
15
I see
love.
them belonging to a tennis club up in Westchester.
Very much so.
Discussing some dubs tactics.
Go! Go!
15 all. Fifteen, 13. Mr. Thompson is requesting a review of the call on the right serve.
They both hit that particular serve really well. Not sure what Matteo's going on about, but well inside the line. It caught both lines. It would have been good for both boxers as well.
$40-13.
Other than 2020, he's never been past the second round, so be pleased with how he's getting on so far this week.
15 love.
Still very much involved in the dubs as well. Of course, we saw Max Purcell in his box. They'll take on, they got Nuno Borges and Cabral in the last 16 of the doubles. Played a lot of tennis this year, as Jordan Thompson. Both the singles court and the doubles court. Robbie mentioned that Wimbledon final that they made just last month. They won the title in Madrid. They won a title in Houston. They won Los Cabos. They won Dallas.
So quick, unbelievable athlete is Jordan.
30 love.
But Wally Masur telling me that when he does the track work, he's just like a bull. Could settle lungs and certainly knows how to put in a shift. That's why you've got to be careful. That's 4 drop shots played now. He's lost 3 of them as Arnaldi. And the one that he did have to execute to win the point was out of this world. That's how good it was.
40 love.
Jordan taking a pause there for the honking of a horn, I think. I don't know if you saw that fun piece that they did about true and false questions. They asked the players a question and they had to say whether it was true or false. And one of it was, you know, is honking allowed in Manhattan or New York?
Game
Someone
Thompson.
told me this the other day. It's illegal in New York.
Yes. Obviously,
3 games
everybody
all.
says.
That's all you hear.
I know.
That's literally all you hear when you walk down the street.
Brilliant, right? Oh. So obviously, all the players said, no, of course that's false. And the guy said, no. The guy answering the question said, it's true. It's actually, as Adam has just told you, folks, it's illegal.
So what is the punishment? Do you know what it's supposed to be?
Wasn't me. Guy next to me. Oh. I think you can get out of that one pretty easily.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh! 15 love.
Yeah, I recommend steering you towards the US Open website. There's so much cool content on it. Those fun pieces. They ask multiple players the same question. That's that. You see the different answers that you get.
$30 love. $40 love.
Yeah, made up his mind pretty early there, Thompson, that he was going to hit a forehand off that return. Himself into a little bit of a muddle.
Oh.
40-15.
You're going to double fault? Do it at 40 love. Botic van der Zandschulp earlier hitting 5 double faults in a row against Jack Draper.
$40-13. Thank you.
Oh.
Amazing, isn't it? Just that one double fault when he was 40 love up, what it can then spiral into.
Yeah, well said. One thing leads to another, right? Comeback starts 1 point at a time.
Yeah.
Advantage, Arnaldi.
Order restored. When you combine both the pace and the depth, you're going to be in business.
Game Arnaldi.
Oh!
Yeah, my good friend Woody Schneider, who is a tennis institution in New York, took me over there. He knows every court in the city, does Woody. In fact, he used to have a shop here at the USTA Billie Jean King National Tennis Center before opening up his New York Racket Sports in town. Everybody in tennis swings by there. He's got everything.
Legs for serve.
It's amazing, some of the courts he showed me. Places that you would not even believe there's tennis courts there.
I can imagine.
So cool. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about the city, right? We're in Queens, one of the boroughs, of course.
There's quite a few rooftop tennis courts out there. Yeah. Now, is that the only train station in the world with a tennis court in? Surely, has to be.
That's a good question.
15 all. Thirty, 15.
Yeah, both players have chosen some good times to come forward early on here. Neither player have actually lost a point at the net. Thompson 6 out of 6, Arnaldi 4 out of 4.
One of his best shots,
40,
that backhand
15.
bunt down the line. There's not a lot that can go wrong with it because it's such a short swing. He gets good depth on it. And of course, guys who like to run around their backhand and execute their forehand, it really does keep them honest.
Game Thompson.
Yeah, fifth ace already.
4 games all
Jordan
first
Thompson
serves.
doing a good job behind that first serve. Both players are. And good news for Jordan Thompson. He came into the US Open under just a little bit of an injury cloud. Obviously had to give Jannik Sinner the walkover in Cincinnati. It was the rib injury that was causing him a little bit of discomfort, but good news is certainly this first week hasn't been any sign that it's still causing him trouble. Hasn't dropped a set, remember, coming into this match.
Oh!
So he's
15 love.
definitely missing that approach shot, especially the feel he's got on that backhand. Good chance to get a jump start on the serve of Arnaldi. Crucial stage in the set now. Of course, the mindset of the player when they step up to the line then at 15 love versus love 15's big difference. The statistics tell us there's about a 27% shift in the probability of winning your serve from when you win the opening point versus if you lose it.
Forty love. $40-15.
Oh!
40-13.
It's another double fault for Arnaldi. Remember, he hit 2 in his last service game.
Yeah, she's shaking her head like, come on, why is this guy serving so many doubles? Let me check those stats. How many has he served now? Wow, 3. Excuse me, 4. With that last one.
Oh!
I'd be so frustrated at that. Jordan Thompson had got in the exchange with Arnaldi at 40-30 and then just completely lets it off the hook. And Arnaldi's a game away from taking the opening set.
Time.
So 5 times now, right?
15
That he's
love.
either made the drop shot or, in this case, missed it. He's only won 1. That was the first one he executed. He's got to be careful now. I think his camp's got to relay some information about being really careful when he uses the dropper.
Big from Jordan Thompson, and his 3rd forehand winner.
30 love.
Yeah, we told you the contrast in the size of their respective forehands. Jordan's not nearly as big as Matteo's. He's around 70, 72 miles an hour. Matteo, 83 average forehand speed. But, that was a nice one, well placed. Smash that hole, just cough it away. Try and hit it a million miles an hour.
$40-15.
Most players will hit that return cross court. If you can hit it down the line well, you will catch out a lot of opponents when they're serving. Something that Jannik Sinner does nicely. Tommy Paul.
Yeah, did a good job there. Thought about just taking that overhead straight out of the sky, Jordan Thompson, but very sensibly just allowing the ball to bounce.
5 games all for set.
And a nice easy hold, 5 games all. We thought it was going to be tight, and it's certainly proving to be just that. Jordan just having a bit of a glare over at his team, maybe just trying to get a bit of advice before this next return game, whether he should step back, step up.
Gary Toussaint in the middle, ever present. He's got to be the #1 tennis fan. Tennis.
He knows everyone, right?
He does.
$15 love.
Tough to defend shot making like it. It's a bit more intelligent. Still pretty hard.
$15 all. Let's. $15-13.
Well, fault's just creeping in here for Arnaldi. That's now 5. Again, he went to the drop shot the previous point, came up short.
and some old school tennis in so much as when you hit the ball over your opponent's head, you come in. Tell you what, you didn't do that back in the 80s. You would have got a mouthful and an earful from your coach.
So first break points of the set for Jordan Thompson. What a time this would be to break. Oh, no way. Well, it was a bit of a horror game from Arnaldi. The double fault, that forehand error, the drop shot that he missed short. And yeah, he was 30 exactly before breaking into the world's top 30.
Oh!
Second was?
One is a colleague of ours when we do some work for the ATP.
Gilles Muller.
Well done. Yeah. And the only other is a Frenchman. Another lefty.
Michael Laudre.
Well done, Robbie. That's good from you.
Giving me some good effort there. That forehand.
15-all.
Yes. I want to be branded into that part of the court. It's just going bigger.
Great approach, and he remains almost perfect when he's come forward today. Great, put it in your pocket. 10 of 11, and he's won. Thompson baseline to sideline. Again, Arnaldi throwing in that drop shot.
Game set Thompson.
And ace number 6 sees Jordan Thompson through the opening set. Had to save a break point earlier on, but he broke at the cruise.
Love. 15 all.
Oh!
Fifteen 13.
Yeah, he knows how close that was. Jordan Thompson, big look up at the big screen there.
Yeah, he's almost looking at the screen as if to say, that thing's got to land in.
Oh, and again.
14-13.
Every now and then, especially on the due side, I'd like to see Thompson chip that forehand return. He's got such good feel. Make sure you get that ball back in play.
Game another. First game, second set.
Of course, sitting in Arnaldi's corner is his girlfriend Mia. But of course, she has to put her nationality aside for this one, doesn't she? Adam, being from Australia. Actually met while she was attending school at the University for Foreigners in Perugia, Italy. What a beautiful part of the world that is. There's Mia.
Yeah, got a house in Melbourne. He spent Christmas there last year.
It's used to colder Christmases, I would imagine,
yeah.
from Italy.
Yeah.
Nice and warm at that time of the year down in Melbourne. Would have been good prep for the Aussie Open, the Aussie summer of events down there.
That was a very close opening set between these two. Matteo Arnaldi did have a look at a break point early on in that first set, but Jordan Thompson broke right at the very end and was able to close it out 7-5. Had a half a look, the opening Arnaldi service game of set 2.
Oh!
How would you assess the opening hour or so out here, Robbie?
Yeah, I think Jordan has served better. I think that's laid the foundation for him in the opening set. Decent first serve percentage at 63.
30 love.
183% of points behind the first serve. So serve well, play well, and I think Arnaldi helped him out by going to the drop shot too often. Because remember the first drop shot he played was such a good one.
Yeah, it was.
It was incredible. And he thought, well, I'll have a bit more of that. But the next 6 he played, he lost. Some of them at crucial times.
Oh!
And I think that coupled with the 5 double faults, there's a fair few points you're giving away there. That cost him. He's got to be more circumspect with his shot selection in this set.
40 love.
Oh!
Game
There's
Thompson.
that backhand up the line again from
One
Jordan
game more, second
Thompson.
set.
It's very clean opening service game to set 2. Yeah, said it was a really tough decision to miss the Olympic Games this year, Thompson. Just the fact that it was on the clay, obviously going from Wimbledon back onto the clay courts to then come back onto the hard courts. He said that he just wanted as much preparation on the hard courts in the lead up to the US Open. Came very close. Just making sure when the new balls will be out.
She just asked me. We're here, let's go. Yeah, I was asking to you if you want to change. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, came very close, Jordan Thompson, to picking up a second ATP Tour title this year. That was in Atlanta. Lost against Yoshihito Nishioka in that final, a match which had about a 6-7 hour rain delay in the middle of it.
15 love.
Quarterfinals in Washington as well. Did Jordan Thompson, lost to the eventual champion there, Seb Korda. Another double fault. Starting to get a little concerning.
Yeah, you want to see that in a set score, not in a double fault score.
Yeah,
Alessandro Petroni, Arnaldi's coach, been working with him since about 2021. Said that the first time he kind of realized that Arnaldi had something maybe a little special, a little different to a lot of other players. It was during the COVID-19 pandemic. It was pouring down with rain. Alessandro Petroni was driving along the road in his car and he just saw Matteo Arnaldi on his own, just running for miles and miles in the lashing rain. And it was at that moment, that man there on the right-hand side thought, okay, this guy might have something a little different. And how right he was. Already a top 30 player, aged just 23.
Alle Toro, forza, forza!
Oh!
Such a great volley from Jordan Thompson. Got a little fortunate with the forehand. That was a complete miss hit, but it landed on the sideline. But just a lovely angled volley.
Love how he gets it. Bit more air, and because he hit it a bit higher, the spin will bite into the court more.
Oh, he's hit a very good lob. It wasn't a great drop shot again.
Arnaldi.
Intelligent going high up over the backhand side of Jordan Thompson there.
Yeah, he's lucky to get away with that drop shot.
Game Arnaldi.
Well, it's certainly not straightforward right now for Matteo Arnaldi.
I think he... That is just brilliant attacking tennis. The quality of the approach. I mean, it had to be good because this was in no man's land. You have to get the angle on it. It's not a bad lob. But there's not too many Aussies that don't have a good smash. It's almost like it's in their DNA.
Just can't get anything going. Matteo Arnaldi, just saw him there after missing that backhand return. Both hands on his side. Struggled to find a rhythm so far. 27 unforced errors to just 15 winners.
Game Thompson.
So Thompson very quickly.
New ball, please.
2 games all.
2 games all, second set.
Well, you can download the US Open app. I'm sure you all have it by now, nearly a week in to this tournament. Track scores, you can watch match highlights, you can get everything you possibly need to guide you through the rest of this year's US Open. It's available on the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store as well. Loads of people around the grounds, of course, half an hour before the night session gets underway. 7 o'clock, Iga Swiatek and Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova out on Arthur Ashe before Flavio Cobolli and Daniel Medvedev follow that one, and out on Armstrong, Alex de Minaur against Dan Evans before Beatrice Haddad-Maia and Anna Kalinskaya finish the day off out on that court.
15 love. Fifteen all.
He's got to get that balance right. We've spoken how big the forehand is, but got to keep it on a tight leash.
50-13.
Oh, did a good job with the return, Thompson, just to get Arnaldi to play that extra ball. And again, the forehand is a little wild. And again, he's under pressure.
Thank you, players ready. Please. .30. 30-14.
Such a high-quality return from Jordan Thompson.
Thompson leads 3-2, second set, and by 1 set to love.
Setting a break behind now, and that break had been coming.
Thank you, players are ready. Thank you. Love.
That's what I mean, he can really crank it up on that first serve. 127 miles an hour.
And his slider is so good as well.
Yeah.
To complement that, right?
He's got that kicker out wide on the ad side.
30 love.
Something he said that his dad was teaching him when he was about 10 years of age, to hit the big kicker. So if you want to be a good tennis player, you've got to have every shot in the book.
I love the way as soon as he's hit that forehand, he's coming in. He's just backing himself to make a good strike. And he knows that Arnaldi's going to be stretching, so he's coming in, ready to finish at the net. He's not waiting to see whether Arnaldi is going to be stretching. He's just anticipating that he will be.
Game Thompson. Thompson leads
Still has
4
not
game to 2.
dropped a point on serve in this second set, Jordan Thompson.
Love 15. Love 13.
That looks like a concerned camp.
Love 14.
Just sheer frustration, I think, in that forehand. It's an excellent second serve that he hit as well.
15-14.
I'm not sure what to make of that. I understand the frustration, but you've got to hang on to your serve here. It's only one break. Often do we see turnarounds and...
Please.
I mean, just think back to Thompson, right? In Los Cabos this year.
Yeah.
It's because he hung on in there. It's Alex Mickelson.
Yeah, a set 4-1, 15-40 down. Thompson was in that match. He's gone for it again, but he's made it again.
30-14.
Understand the psychological impact of holding serve here as well. He might argue by playing this loosely, he'll play his best tennis.
Oh.
The drop shot again. And again, Jordan Thompson has just mopped it up very easily indeed. Already trailed by a break, found himself at love 40 down, and it almost looked as though he kind of just checked out of the game, just handed this double break advantage to Jordan Thompson. And a match that we thought was going to be very close indeed is turning out to be the complete opposite, as Jordan Thompson here serving for a 2-sets-to-love advantage.
15-love.
Remember, he has not lost a point on serve in this set, Thompson. 6 out of 6 behind the first serve, 7 out of 7 behind the second.
Oh.
love.
I don't think he's going to be hugely invested in this return game by the looks of it, Arnaldi. The way he's just holding the racket there, body language doesn't look particularly great.
Oh.
Love.
It's just been a masterclass in court craft. Shot selection and decision making couldn't be any different to the guy on the other side of the court.
Oh.
Game, second set, Thompson.
Well, the second set
6
belongs to
against
Jordan
2.
Thompson.
Thompson leads by 2
Matteo
sets to 1.
Arnaldi, he's going to have to try and do something that he's never done before, and that is come from 2 sets to love behind.
Love.
Oh.
Love. Love.
Just a little frustrated here, Jordan Thompson, that he's not made Arnaldi play too many balls. Yeah, he kind of misjudged that a little bit as well. Thought it was going long, just caught the back edge of the baseline. So that's a positive start for Arnaldi. Certainly something to build on, at least. Just kind of felt as though he almost threw that second set away there. Being just a single breakdown.
Love 15.
When you've got a 2 sets to love lead, early stages of that third set, you've got to concentrate so hard. It's such a big lead. good footwork. Once again, the urgency with his feet.
15 all.
Does so many things well. Does Thompson. Here's that kick serve that you were talking about. He's got a great slider. They're not massive serves, but they are just very, very good. Footwork, outstanding. Endurance, no problem to play for 4 hours plus.
Let's for serve.
Very good around the net. Of course, when you package that all together, that's why you've got a top 30 player.
Three times in Jordan Thompson's career has he lost a match when he's been 2 sets to love in front. Twice have actually come right here at the US Open. Most recently 2021 against Aslan Karatsev.
That's something that crosses his mind when he goes up 2 sets to love. Well, actually, I must remember that when my comebacks have been here, guard against that. Or whether it's just, okay, focus on the task at hand. You wonder if that thought ever enters their head.
Yeah, maybe not at this stage. If he loses the set, possibly. There's just been no kind of emotion from Matteo Arnaldi either today. No real frustration at the way that that second set got away from him. It's just been the same kind of look on his face. I'd love to hear if he wins a big point, just to hear a massive roar, just or something like that, just to get himself fired up out here.
Oh.
Love.
Just to clarify, when I said a top 30 play, I meant a career high ranking for Thompson of 30 in the world. It's currently just outside the top 30, nestled at 32.
Love.
Of course, the man that occupies that 30th spot in the world rankings right now is this man, Matteo Arnaldi, at his career high ranking as well.
Oh.
What's the live rankings for both of them? Okay.
Jordan Thompson's up to 31. Arnaldi has just dropped a few spots, of course, defending the 4th round points from last year, so he's down at 33 in the live rankings at the moment.
Oh.
Let's. Second serve. All. Forty 13. game, Arnaldi.
Yeah, a couple of good first serves to get Arnaldi through the game.
Arnaldi leads 2-1,
Still
third
no
set.
big reaction
Thompson
from
by 2
Arnaldi,
sets
but he
to
stays ahead. Leads 2-1.
Time.
So he spent quite a bit of that sit down with towel over his head. Matteo Arnaldi. Jordan Thompson has got to be thinking, can he just snag an early break in this third set? He might just completely take the wind out of the Arnaldi sails here.
Oh!
$15 love.
Smart going straight down the middle of the court with that bounce smash, and again very wisely just letting that ball bounce. Arnaldi had put it way up.
Yeah, it's a good lob. It's so well positioned with the mini steps.
$40 love.
Great serving again. Such a stress-free hold of serve for Jordan Thompson. Remember, you can stay connected to the US Open on Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube and WhatsApp. Join the conversation with hashtag US Open. We'd love to hear your thoughts on how the opening week has gone, how you think the second week will unfold. See some major upsets, certainly on the men's side of things.
Yeah, I think that ball was out for about 99% of its flight in the air, but only time it was in is when it landed.
30 love. $30-15.
The forehand has just been very loose today from Arnaldi. A lot of errors coming from that wing. As you can see there, 20 in total. Double the number of Jordan Thompson today.
Injection of pace.
40-15.
Early to take that.
Yeah, abbreviated swing. Serve speed is 89. I reckon the return might have even been quicker.
Game Arnaldi.
So Arnaldi comes through with a fist pump over to his
New ball,
team.
please. Ball change.
Certainly looking a little more promising than it did 20 minutes
Arnaldi
or
leads
so
3
ago.
games to 2, third sets.
Such a great time, isn't it, to be an Italian playing tennis, an Aussie playing tennis. So many great Italians right now at the top of the rankings, and the same with the Aussies as well. All of them kind of...
I think they've outnumbered the Italians in this section of the draw.
Yeah, I think you're right. Who did we have? We had O'Connell, Diminor, Thompson, and... Is there another?
There's 4 today.
O'Connell, Diminor...
Popperin.
Oh, Popperin, yeah.
Yeah.
How many Italians made it through to this stage?
I'm just having a look at who's left. There's the Italians. We've got Arnaldi.
We've got Sinner, we've got Caboli.
Yep. I think it's just those 3.
Yeah.
Time.
It's impressive as far as the Aussies are concerned. Of course, these federations that invest a lot in their players. Put on a lot of events at home for them. It's massive to be able to play a fair few events in your own backyard. That's the case for the Aussies. I saw some futures on grass there. I mean, how's that for a bit of a lift? Not going to get too many Europeans coming over playing there, are you? It's unbelievable that he's persisted with that shot. I guess he's just running out of ideas.
again. And when he grazes the baseline with the forehand.
15-all.
Oh, I think Thompson is beaten for pace there. Wasn't that far away from it.
Just something like that is what the Italian needed.
Well, how's the effort? I thought this was good enough. But that was raw athleticism at its very finest. What a dig. Need to get back for the next one. He's stolen that point from Tomo.
First time in a long time that Jordan Thompson has been under pressure on serve. Ooh, he had half a chance. It wasn't an easy pass.
30-all. Please.
First break point of the third belongs to Matteo Arnaldi.
Oh, this is a delightful little chip. Just didn't get enough length on that volley. It's one of the very few he hasn't hit perfectly. Arnaldi, much more circumspect with the forehand this time round.
From the Italian, and finally he has come to life after 2 hours.
Arnaldi leads 4 games to 2, third set.
And I put a little asterisk alongside that amazing point that he won, because that could be a major plot point in the outcome of the set. And who knows, maybe the match, he's able to keep it going long enough. And finally finding his range on the forehand. That's the one. That's what the finger wave was for. That's the one. It's been in hibernation for the most part. That's delightful.
Love 15.
Being an Aussie, Thompson would love the boomerang break. Right here, right now.
Oh!
Love 13.
Again, another point where he's played the drop shot. It's a good drop shot, but he still lost it because Thompson's vision so good. Whereas if he gets a good nudge down the line, he's going to be in business.
That's
good shape on the serve.
Big with a second serve, he went even bigger with the forehand. This is the kind of tennis we were expecting to see from the Italian today.
Yeah, I think that was from the John Daly school of tennis there. Grip it and rip it.
Let's
Foul.
30-14.
Well, it hasn't hit a double fault for a while, but that is now his 7th of the match. And it could be a very costly one, just when it looked as though the Italian was beginning to find a little bit of inspiration out here.
Foul.
Just cannot believe he's gone to it again. And Jordan Thompson says thank you very much.
Once again, he makes the right shot selection with the butt down the line. And the easier pass to cover is always the cross. Why? Because it has to go across your body. So if you make a lunge, you can cut off the angle. And Thompson understands the geometry of the court so well.
So, Jordan Thompson back on serve in this third set, 3-4. And that is going to sting for a Matteo Arnaldi point of view. But he must realise, Robbie, that almost every time he's hit a drop shot today, he's lost the point. And then break point down, he goes for it again. Just don't quite understand the logic, the thinking here. I mean, actually, the two drop shots that he played in that last game, they actually weren't too bad, you know, but Jordan Thompson actually hit 2 good shots, one off the backhand up the line, one off the forehand up the line.
Yeah, and I guess you keep thinking, well, I can't keep losing it. Perhaps that's his mentality.
Time.
So back on serve, Jordan Thompson. Does get that boomerang break. Remember, the winner of this one to take on the winner of the match that is just getting underway out on the Louis Armstrong Stadium between Alex de Minaur and Dan Evans.
Foul.
That's how big it needs to be. Thompson's not afraid to ride some big waves, but this one was a little too big. You can see why it's dangerous. If he hits the ball as hard as we've seen today, but it starts to go in, well, it's tough to defend. But of course, when you take on that kind of risk and with that sort of power, you can make a lot of unforced errors. That's been what's happening for the most part for Arnaldi.
Volley that was from Jordan Thompson.
15 more.
This is volleying nearer the gods. No mortal may approach. The power lunge that was such a part of the game of Rafter and Pat Cash to Aussies who knew how to volley. Those numbers at net for Thompson, 27 out of 32. And a fair few of them haven't been easy volleys, folks. So it's one thing when you've got a finishing volley, but JT has set up a few quite nicely.
15-13.
Be pretty pleased with what he's seen from his doubles partner so far today, Max Purcell. They'll be on court tomorrow in a doubles match.
Let's Fisser. T.O.
When you volley well, it means that
40-13.
your opponent is on the stretch. They're going to try riskier shots to get it by you. They're probably going to end up missing more than what they will make. So one thing leads to another when you volley as well as Thompson.
Game Thompson. Gentle, good set.
Order restored pretty quickly after the lapse in concentration.
Thank you. Players are ready to play. Quiet, please. Thank you.
So close.
15-9.
This comes right off the tip of his frame. If he gets a bit more string on it, he probably gets it by Arnaldi, but it tees up nicely. And he drives it home. Example of the difference between the two. Thompson would have known that it's not the power volley there. It's not about sticking the volley. It's about taking pace off of it with angle, short cross. Really is a...
Oh!
Wait, please.
Say to
30-15.
There's frustrations with coaches when always telling players to stick their volley, stick their volley. No. 75, 80% of volleys, you're taking pace off the ball. All the great volleyers taking pace off their volleys. So there's only a time and a place for a high one, and that's not as often.
Costly could that be?
30.
A few we've seen like that today.
I mean, is it because he's trying to hit that smash so hard? I remember Pat Rafter when he smashed. It was almost like a slice serve. You know, it was such an accurate put away. Only hitting it at about 70%.
Legs for serve.
If you've got accuracy with spin on the smash, you're good to go. Of course, there's the odd power smash that has to be executed. That's new age tennis right there, the drive volley.
40-13.
Nothing wrong with that. There it is. Much better.
Arnaldi leads 5 games to 4, third set. Thompson by 2 sets to love.
Finally taken a meaningful page out of Thompson's book here.
Time.
I'll never get tired of these pictures from up high overlooking this wonderful court. No idea how much longer we have left out here. Certainly signs of life for Matteo Arnaldi in this set. And Jordan Thompson serving to try and stay in the third at 4-5 now.
That's it for another
15
well-placed
love.
overhead. And I think part of the reason why you don't have to hit the overhead hard is if you move well. You get into such a good position. You can be so accurate with the smash. Just a little dexterity in the wrist there from Thompson. Nicely done.
Love.
Backside edge of the line. Something we've not really seen from Jordan Thompson today. Serve and volley certainly behind the second serve.
Yeah, thought it was a good play. The guy's going to use that much width of the court. Well, tip of the hat.
Yeah, we may not see it again.
$40-15.
Well, not put off. What happened earlier in the game. Serve and volleyed again behind the second serve there, and this time comes through it.
Yeah, it wasn't his best volley, but enough slice on it, and of course the court helping him enough to get some skid. Rush the Italian.
Let's for serve.
Well, he was complaining earlier on in this match that the let machine wasn't working. Now he's complaining that it is working. As he got there.
15
like a hard court, a clay court.
Yeah, I think we call it the dead cat bounce. In other words, it doesn't bounce. What's that? Those are like those grass courts in Mildura.
Sorry for any lip readers out there.
30 love. Love. Let versus. Game Arnaldi.
So Holtalov guarantees himself a tie-break at worst. Still complaining here about the let machine.
Was 10 minutes later, like the point was already starting the other. I understand you have to call, but for me it doesn't work. Because there have been so many weird calls that for me it doesn't work.
Yeah, tough for Alison Hughes, because obviously she just has to go on what the machine is telling her. Neither player have been particularly convinced by that machine throughout this match.
Of course, Labor Day weekend here in the States is very much up and running, and the red, white and blue is proudly displayed on the Arthur Ashe Stadium. It looks really cool, doesn't it? What a great visual.
Yeah, pretty packed inside Arthur Ashe right now. Iga Swiatek out on court against Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova, of course Flavio Cobolli and Daniil Medvedev to come a little later. But here, Jordan Thompson looking to try and take this third set to a tie-break. Stop saying
15
tie-breaker
love.
after the history lesson you gave me a few weeks ago.
Okay, I might have to explain that one. So of course, I was at Newport commentating there earlier in the season, and Jimmy Van Allen, the man who founded the Tennis Hall of Fame, also was the inventor
30 love.
the tie break. Or apparently he wanted it to be called the tiebreaker, according to Bud Collins. But for whatever reason, tie break stuck, and we've been calling it a tie break for as long as I've been around, Adam. I had to double check with the officials that we're on the right path there.
Well, I call it a tiebreaker when we did Cincinnati together, and well, you were not happy. Oh, is that missed? I think it missed wide rather than long.
Tomo's looking at the screen as if it's going to be called in. No chance. This time of year is rewarded with a bit of the frame. Yeah, definitely wide. Good spot, Adam. Great spot by you there.
Game
So nice and straightforward for Jordan Thompson.
6 games all, fifth set tiebreak.
And a massive 10 minutes or so coming up right now. Can he close this one out in straights? ...16 tie breaks this year for Jordan Thompson. He's won 11 of those 16, so pretty good numbers. I'm sure don't know where they've got their stats from, because it's not what I'm seeing. 11 and 5.
Thank you.
I have Thompson down this year.
1-0 Arnaldi.
Oh, it's a good start. He has rifled this backhand. It's a stand and deliver shot. That's how good it's got to be to beat Thompson.
On the Thompson serve.
He needs a few things to go his way, does Arnaldi, if he wants to win this break here, you suspect. It's certainly one of them. Couple that with the backhand that he hit on the second point, and he's got a bit of wriggle room here suddenly. Back in your grill, says the Aussie.
Just an outrageous line from Jordan Thompson. Incredible feel, and he wins both points on the Arnaldi serve now.
Wow, Matteo's hit the perfect volley there. The only shot that he can get into trouble with is that cross-court lob, but it has to be good. And that was postage stamp perfect, right in the top corner of the tennis court. Yep, and an acknowledgement from Arnaldi to Thompson as to how good that lob was. Just didn't get enough grip on that approach, did he?
Only the 8th point that he's lost at the net today. Jordan Thompson, 30 of 38. Such a good
4-3.
return. Don't know what happened on
Arnaldi.
the next backhand.
There's been too many of those. That's one thing when it comes maybe early on in the game or when you're up, but too many have come at crucial times for Arnaldi. It's an 8th double, second in the set.
Five for Arnaldi.
Doesn't look like it skidded through again, that short, flat, bunt backhand.
I think he knew exactly where he was going with the serve there, Robbie. Called it to me. I'm sure Arnaldi probably had a gut feeling as well.
Sticking with Old Faithful in the tie break.
Wide.
5, Thompson.
Jordan Thompson gets to match point.
Wait, please. Let's proceed. Please. Games and Thompson.
Jordan Thompson back into the Sweet 16 at the US Open for the first time since 2020. And his amazing year continues for the Aussie, playing the best tennis of his career. And gets the better of the hugely talented young Italian, Matteo Arnaldi. Next up, it could be another Aussie. Maybe Alex de Minaur or Dan Evans lies in wait. But a job well done for JT tonight.